Okay, thanks, Scotty. And here we are, pit side, and I'm delighted to have been joined by our very special guest tonight, Bjarne Pedersen, as we host this Champions Challenge to honour Bjarne and his time here as a pirate, a true Pirates legend. Before we speak to Bjarne, I'm just going to embarrass him a little bit by running through some of his outstanding achievements. And if you look down the list, it's quite phenomenal, really. 3 Elite League Championship winners' medals, 2 Elite League KO Cup winners' medals, 2 Craven Shields, a British League Cup, Elite League Pairs Champion with Jason Crump, Elite League Riders Champion in 2004, and of course most recently Premier League Champion last year with the Peterborough Panthers, and that's not to mention all the continental fixtures and awards. World Championships with Denmark, and of course in the Grand Prix series, a Grand Prix winner and a 6th place in the series. So a phenomenal CV from this man, and a rider who has been consistently at the top draw for many seasons and deservedly has his place in the Pirates Hall of Fame. So Bjarne, let's just go back perhaps, and you can tell us how you got into speedway racing in the first place.
Oh well, that's a long time ago. Yeah, it was something. As I remember it, was my dad. He was buying a bike without I really know it. So that was how it all started. He just come home with this bike, and yes, here we go. So that was a bit funny, but that was how it started.
How old would you have been then, Bjarne?
10, 11. So.
And of course the Danish scene is such that you've got low cc, 85 cc's going upwards, and that's a great stepping stone to bring you up into full 500cc speedway racing.
Yeah, I did 4 at the small bike, what is cc kubik, 80cc kubik in Denmark, and then 95 was my first year at 500. So yeah, well, and now we stand here. So it's been incredible, over the years, really enjoy my time, especially England. I think it's something like 15, 16, 17 season over here. So where did the years go? So, I really enjoy. I have 10 season here in Poole, and also, few other track, Peterborough, Plymouth, Eastbourne, and Newcastle, where I started. So, we really enjoyed.
Yeah, I got to say, it's back at Newcastle that you first started to make your mark on British Speedway, and 2 seasons there. And during that time, you were spotted by Matt Ford and Mike Golding, and that tempted you into coming to ride for the Pirates in 2002.
Yeah, well, it was the right thing for me to start in Newcastle, because I was, just coming out of the Danish league, green, landed over here, didn't speak any English at all, so landed in Newcastle, and we had a good first season there, and lucky we won the league the second year I was there. So it was just such a great start, for me in England. And I can remember already after the first season in Newcastle, Matt, he wanted me down here, but I just feel it was right to take another year in Premier League before stepping up. And I do remember the first year or two down here was really hard, because you're just very close to to be the best in Premier League, but then you step up to Elite League, and that was a completely different game. So there was some really tough Wednesday night here. I still do remember them, but I worked through them, and it was great, to at one stage in your career feel you was actually some of the better one in the Elite League as well.
And of course, your second season here, 2003, and you were linked up with the likes of Tony Ricardson and Lee Adams. Antonio Limbach came into the side. The Dremel brothers were here, and that's fantastic learning opportunity for you here at Poole.
Absolutely, to Lee and Tony was absolute. Some of the very best, if not the best rider in the world at this time. Don't matter whether it goes Sweden, Poland, or they're just completed and maxed it out week in and week out. So to be in the same team here, there was something special. You could just watch them and learn from there. And I did learn very much from Tony the 2 seasons down here with him, and try to build everything around me a bit better and than what it was, and maybe just as close as I could get to how Tony he did everything around him.
And of course, riding in Denmark, it also opened the door for you to go to Sweden and to Poland and to further your speedway experience there, and that must have been a great opportunity for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything just started up in Denmark, and as I remember, I did a bit in Sweden, and then after that, England. So and a bit later, I was getting down to Poland as well. So, but everything just happened so quick, and lucky enough, the result was there, at the first step in it as well. So, from there, everything just really went on, and I'm so pleased when I look back on it.
And you must have some special memories of Poole Stadium and those big Wednesday night finals. And when we look back, there are things that stick in my mind about your time here. I can remember that meeting at Lakeside where you got paid 23 points, a phenomenal haul at that stage. And you had a testimonial here in 2009 when the Pirates took on Newcastle, and Bjarne Pedersen was in that meeting and won the individual final. It must have been fantastic to have had the opportunity to stage that testimonial.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really hard to mention one meeting or one season, because being lucky, there have been so many good seasons. Not only here but also with some of the other clubs I have. But we've been lucky to win so much in Poole. And as we know, when I started off, we did more than 40 meetings before you could grow as a champion. So to do 6, 7, 8 months of racing to and then go out in one final, one at home and one away, and then lucky enough to win it. This is something special, because you work for the whole season, and then it's all about one, 2 meetings. So, it's been, like I say again, you've been so lucky when I look back, and also like you start with, we've been winning everything what you can actually win over. So.
And Bjarne, last season you were at Peterborough and at Plymouth for your final season in racing in the UK and around the world, really. But it couldn't have gone better for you, really, to finish up as an Elite League Premiership winner with the Peterborough Panthers.
Yeah, that was it was just coming out of the blue. Matt phoned me one night and asked if I could be interested to be back in England, and I told Matt, if I had to come back, I will need to have 2 teams over here. And so lucky, there was a place in Plymouth and Peterborough what my was fitting in. So there was just something coming straight out of the blue, and I'm so pleased. Everything was possible to do it, and we had a great season in Plymouth as well. That was just coming back into the league, and Jason Crump was there as well. Really enjoyed to race with him again. We've spent some years in the Grand Prix together. So also one year here in Poole. So, but we were both at different time of our career now. But it was really enjoying my time in Plymouth, and like say Peterborough, we a bit of the same story. We have Hans Harris and. Scotty, Bomber, and Hans, and myself, we have spent a lot of year in the Grand Prix. So to be in the same team over here at this stage of our career, that was something brilliant. So we really enjoyed last year.
But you're not stepping away from Speedway altogether, are you, Bjarne? Because for 2022. You've hooked up with Martin Vaculek in the Grand Prix, and you're going to be working alongside him in those big GP meetings.
Yeah, not only the Grand Prix, but also a bit in the Polish League, just to start know his team, and of course Martin. We have been actually already been in Poland last week and flying back to Rostov tomorrow again. So. Season is starting up now. We got some challenge meeting and some very important meeting coming up now, and by end of the year also by end of this month also Grand Prix. So I found this very interesting, so I look forward to be a part of his team. Yeah.
Well, here we are. It's going to be a fantastic night for you here at Poole Stadium, Bjarne. We're hoping for a packed house to bid you a farewell. Thank you ever so much for all your time with the Pirates, all your work with the Pirates, and all that you've put into the Poole Club. And we do wish you a long and a very successful retirement, and working with Martin, of course.
Thank you very much. Thank you.